The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Oh, you know what? We didn't say where they can find this film. So you can go and you can find it on
Hulu.
On Hulu.
Yeah, or kind of showed it at the end.
Yeah, on we saw it on Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, The Haunting of Bly Manor, 2020.
Yep.
Victoria Padretti. That's her name. Victoria Padretti. It's an Italian name. Danny Clayton is who she portrays, right? Carla Gugino is the storyteller, right?
Right.
Tania Miller. Tania Miller is Mrs. Gross.
Right.
Amelia Eve is Jamie. Tahara Sharif is Miss Giselle.
Right.
Amelia B. Smith is Flora, and Benjamin Evan Answorth is Miles, right? So it's more people in it, but these are the core actors within the piece, right? So this is what this film is about. This is the synopsis, the hashtag TFR Podcast Live synopsis. An American au pair finds herself in a world of the undead at an English manor with enough betrayal, drama, and flashback horror told to an eager bride and groom on a day before their wedding by a storyteller. Right. So all of this is told in story form within a flashback, right? Flashbacks within flashbacks, right?
Yep.
So the film opens up with a wedding party, sitting down the day before the wedding,
right,
to enjoy a nice horror tale told by an established storyteller, right?
Yeah.
She goes on to say before she begins that it's not one of hers, because I think she's published, right?
Yeah.
And she goes on to say that it's not one of her horror stories, but it is one that she's heard, right? So she goes on to retell this story, right? And let me just say that this is an episodic, a limited series, right? Yeah. And it's episodes, right? We binge watch. We were at the edge of our seat on
Netflix.
On Netflix. On Halloween, we binge watched all 10 episodes, right? Yeah. Back to back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
It has a multicultural cast, which is good, right? The two children will creep you out, right?
They're good actors.
Because what's happening with the children, everything is revealed to you, right? This to me, because we've seen a couple of the ones where there's an au pair or a nanny, and of course, one of the ones, The Omen, where the au pair. But anyway, you have to see that film, right? That's one level of it, because it's based on just the power of Damien. If you want to see The Omen, you should see that film, right? Great film. We left that out because there was no American blacks in there. But anyway, a good film to see, But this is an ensemble cast, so it tells the story of all the people who are involved in Bly Manor, right? And so what's happening at Bly Manor will flip your head.
Yeah, what's happening?
Because there's many demons all in one house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's just this one demon is just a F up. I'm just gonna tell you, it just F's up everything, and you're like, what is going on? And then you don't know if you are, the way that they tell the story, you don't know, the way she's telling the story to them, she narrates, she comes in on certain scenes and you hear her narration, right? You hear her words over the scene as the scene plays out. But the way it's being told, you don't know if the person is alive or dead. That's what we're gonna say. You don't know if they are alive or dead, and it's a twist. It's twisting up. It's going in every single direction within organized disorganization, and you will be entertained by The Haunting of Bly Manor. This is another film where there is, like we said about the African lore, there's a lot of folklore in this, which means that what's happening in this picture makes sense. Right? What do you guys say?
You know what? It was a really good film. I loved all of the different, everyone had their own storyline. And it was interesting how they were all seeing these different like ghosts and demons and stuff. But it took them a while to tell each other what they saw. Like, you know, one person would see something in this room, but then they would like shake it off. But then when they interact with somebody else, it's like they didn't even talk about it. So, you know, you would think that if you saw something, you would say, you know what I just saw in that room? But it was like none of that happening. So all of these weird and strange and scary things was all happening in this huge mansion. And during the day, you know, it looked like a nice, beautiful mansion with beautiful gardens, you know, and beautiful, right? With the little chapel on the property. But at night, it was a totally different thing. And then so it started to make sense why during the day, all of like the employees would be there sitting around talking, having breakfast or whatever, spending time with the children. But I did notice at night, like when it started getting dark, everybody was rushing, you know, people would be rushing to go home. And it made sense. So as the story unwinds, you know, and you learned about the different ghosts and demons, and you would see the interactions with each of the characters, I said, oh, no wonder Mrs. Such and Such said she didn't have time for dinner. It was getting dark.
Yeah,
and
she had to go.
She had to go.
Yeah, so you said you can't find Spell on Hulu, try Amazon Prime. Right? If you can't find it on Hulu, it's Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
So look.
Go to the search engine and type it in.
The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Yeah.
It's unique because it's told from a storyteller's point of view,
right.
And it goes into as if you were sitting around a campfire telling ghost stories, right? And so that's what makes it so interesting, because she is an omniscient narrator, meaning that she's reliable and she knows exactly what she's saying as she's spinning this tale, as she's pulling back the layers of the onion. So
you know what I liked about it also is all of the characters, including like the black characters, right? We learned about their background and their story. They weren't just friends.
They weren't the help.
They weren't just the help, right? So everyone had a storyline. You learned everyone's connection to this manor, right? And what I loved, like the children, like the writing for the children, you're like, wait a minute, what they said was quite interesting. It was funny, but sounded like that would have came out of the mouth of an adult, you know.
You're going to be stunned in episode 8.
Yeah.
Then you're going to get context in episode 9.
Right.
And then there is the conclusion, the ultimate conclusion in episode 10. Now, let's break this down. Cinematography on there. Cinematography on this. There are no pedestrian angles done in this film. It's 10. Story through line. All the various stories of all the people who are there, who are employed at Bly Manor. The flashback The story of the manor in the Victorian period. That's a 10.
Right.
Sound and editing.
Right.
The sound and editing. You can hear the music. You can hear the shocking sound effects.
Right.
That's a 10. Wardrobe, costuming, the MUA. That's a 10. That's a makeup artist, right? So you know MUA.
Yeah.
Character arc. The character arc in this is very important because all of the various characters arc in their own way. That's a 10.
Yeah.
Acting skill and the emoting is a 10. This is not only a horror ghost story, but it is a love story.
It is.
Right?
It is.
And so you're going to be interested. You know, they throw certain elements in. We're not going to give it away to you, give it away for you, but there's certain elements they throw in, they have to throw in these days. That's what we'll say. Location is a 10. Story beats. I mean, the way that they connect the dots in this,
they did a great job.
Is a 10, right? Believability. This limited series is believable. It is a 10. Now there are some things where you say, "Why are you doing that? You are just stupid."
Right.
It's points where you're yelling at the screen, like, "What are you doing? Are you stupid?" But it's believable. Historical facts about the manor itself all leads into the believability. That's a 10. What would you rate? A haunting.
This is another one I would also rate a 10 because of the storyline, right? The acting. The acting is good, but like for me, I would say like the breakout stars are the two children because, like I said, they are. It reminded. Okay, so if you are familiar with like South Park or what's that other show? Shows like South Park where the kids' mouths are a little spicy and you're like, I can't believe that kid said that. That's how these two children are, right? So the writing for them is pretty good. It's really good. It's interesting. So they're like the breakout stars for me.
Well, it's like Little Rascals. Little Rascals meets Haunted House on the Hill or something.
Yeah,
right?
So like these
Haunted House on the Hill not as good as this, but.
No, but you know what's so interesting is this one scene we talked about. We're not going to give away. You have to see it. And it's this one scene, and you're looking at this demon, and this kid is like, no big thing. It's just like, kid, didn't you just see? It's well done. We talked about the lighting, right? So the lighting was well done as well.
Yeah. Wait. We really didn't touch on the light. When you watch this, they lit this in a new way. Like the night scenes were so well lit that you knew they were lit, but your eyes fall in line of what the story is telling, because you wouldn't appear night to be that bright, but it is, and it works. It works. The lighting, I guess because it's digital now, and it just works, man. Everything about this film, everything about this series, right?
It's
limited
good.
Series works.
You have a lot in there where you have horror, you have, like you said, a love story, suspense, you have people cheating. I mean, so it's
extramarital affairs, all that.
So it's a combination of everything. So it's well done.
Well done. It will keep you on the edge of your seat. So for me, it is a 10. The Haunting of Bly Manor, right?